just watching her move
Very organized
around, it's like really pretty rad. I'm into it.
So that's basically your ASMR.
And she's pretty good with the board too. So she'll be like grabbing a paper and like bringing down a fader.
Oh wow!
And reading a story at like the same time.
Uh-huh.
It's just like that's some pro.
Yep, she's some pro stuff.
She's a pro.
Wow, that's really
True
good.
pro.
Yeah, we're having a good time here. All right, this is about enough of that. Hello, everyone. This is Trends with Benefits. This is our weekly roundtable tech podcast here at Digital Trends, where we talk about the trending tech topics of the day normally, but it's the end of the year. It's almost Christmas right now. We're about ready to go on a break. So what we're going to do today is talk about future tech. We've got a lot of things that came out over this last year that we're going to cherry pick a few of them. There's no way we could fit it all into a half-hour podcast, but we're going to cherry pick a few things and talk about some news that we got today, some kind of trending topics with that, where we think the tech is going to go, and we're going to be doing it live on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, which means we want to hear your comments. What do you think? What are you most excited about for future tech when it comes to 2019? You know, what are we going to see? What do you want to see? Let's go through all that stuff. We're going to be talking about everything from gene editing humans, which is, now that I say it out loud, it just sounds weird. And we're going to talk about companion robots. We've got autonomous vehicles and some different things associated with those. All kinds of things. Drop your comments and questions in there. Let's introduce our cast of characters. I'm Greg Nibbler, and to my right,
Marie Pardo-Garber.
Marie Pardo-Garber. Hello, Marie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Excellent.
I'm mad at Marie.
I know you are.
We do have an announcement to make about Marie. Should we make the announcement now?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, Marie, do you want to make the announcement?
this is my last podcast
Boo.
here at Digital Trends.
Boo.
It's also my second to last day. So
Marie is moving on to some other job and leaving us all behind in the dust, and that's what she's doing. So
Greg said I might be able to be a guest.
we'll see how this one goes.
After a moratorium, I feel like you have to be put on probation for like 3 months. I'm just sad. I'm not really mad. I'm just sad.
Okay, it's a sad whiskey mist in here with us.
Sad mad.
All right.
The whiskey mist
Sad lip.
is sad to see Marie go because she's my dongle hookup. You know what? If I need a dongle.
True.
Yeah.
I thought about that the other day,
Slack
actually.
Marie.
I was
I
like,
know.
man,
Phrasing's not the best, but
Oh,
nonetheless, yeah.
can't just go to Gene the same way.
She's good at cutting the red tape and just making stuff happen.
Well,
Is that
let's
my podcast nickname, Dongle Hookup?
dongle hookup right here. We just got it the last one because it can only be used once.
I prefer
So
Dr. Dongle.
Dr. Dongle.
I
All right,
like
Dr.
that.
Dongle. All right, we're gonna go with that before this goes too far.
Took your last podcast to finally get a name.
Caleb Dennison, and on the end over here to my left.
Parker Hall.
Hello, Parker.
Hello.
All right, let's talk about some technology, shall we?
Yeah,
Let's move on to it. Let's talk about this future tech. So here's what I wanted to bring up first. This is a story that we didn't get to in Digital Trends Live, I don't think. It has to do with a new autonomous delivery service that has actually launched. We've heard a lot of people talk about autonomous delivery services. Postmates is supposed to be having one that'll come out next year. But this company beat everybody to the punch. And it's in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is apparently the hub of autonomy right now.
No, I actually
really
want to
is.
know. I was asking that to myself. I even Googled it. Like, why are all these autonomous vehicles in Arizona?
I think it's just because they have no laws.
Yeah,
Basically,
the governor.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah, I read like the governor signed some memo like a year ago being like, this is totally fine as long as they follow traffic laws.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they have kind of a weird history of pulling over actual people.
Well, yeah, there's
Yeah.
that
but
discussion that we
but
can
if
get
there's
into.
no one in the driver's seat,
Sheriff
it's
Arpaio really
Yeah.
set a tone down there, didn't he? But
Carry on,
other
robot.
But there's-
aspects too, like the weather is good.
yeah, I was
It's
thinking
true.
that too.
Yeah.
Less
weather's
issue
good.
with
Yeah.
Yeah.
snow and rain and that kind of thing doesn't really.
Snow, rain, easy access to satellites. I'm sure there's nothing that's going to screw up that.
Pretty flat.
Yeah, pretty flat.
Landscape.
Well, this is a
Lots of old
company
people
called
driving slow.
lots of old people. Company called Neuro, and they've launched this vehicle, and it is out there right now. They partnered up with Kroger, and you can order groceries now if you were in Scottsdale. Their vehicle is called the R1, and it's just like it's like a mini.
cute.
It's like a tiny minivan, like a minivan for elves.
It's
or
got
something.
those wing doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty
I
hip.
can't hear the audio, but I can just imagine like the lady here in this family, it's like being like, "I got a baby. Have you ever tried to shop with a baby? It's hell. I ain't shopping with a baby no more. I'm so happy Neuro is here. Bring me my rutabagas and my formula, and I'm
Yeah, the gist of the older lady in the video was like, I'm too lazy to go to the store and I'm old.
yeah."
And it's like, yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah,
Really
I
summing
appreciate
everything
that.
up here.
You can really
Like my
tell
grandma
it's-
would use this. My grandma can like barely see. She can't drive. She has to do like the grocery order system.
There were
And
people. There was a comment that we covered at the live show this morning. I can't remember if it was Chad McChad
I believe
or
Chad McChad.
Victoria Borg that made this comment. It was may have been one of or neither
yes.
of those, but
Yes.
Fear
they
the
were
Borg.
clowning people for being into a $750 like automatic clothes folding robot. And I'm like, no, dude, like that's a seriously painful, boring crap that I don't want to do. Absolutely. I would love a robot like that. Don't clown on me for being
Yeah.
That's
Right.
okay.
they say that like wealthy people buy their time back. And I always found that interesting. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
you know, like
Wow.
they pay people to do things that like you spend your time doing
Yeah.
because their time's too valuable to do that. And this is like a perfect example of that.
Mhm.
It
And
really
same
is.
with, you know, something just bringing your shopping to your door.
I
I'm
mean, you
super
can-
into that.
You can order groceries now, but I think the idea of just it being completely autonomous and showing up, you get a code, you punch it in. So I think it's. I'll have to double check. But I believe it's like you can do 4 different orders at the same time, probably essentially.
I love that idea though.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Especially Not even if you have a child or if you're
Old,
elderly.
elderly.
You know,
Lazy.
if somebody's
Seasoned.
sick, I don't
Seasoned.
really want them at the grocery store with me.
Yeah.
You know, if they have the flu, if they have a cold and they really
Oh,
need cold
true.
medicine,
Yeah.
I don't want them picking through the produce or doing their thing. Just
But you're still trusting somebody to pick through that produce for you.
Yeah.
but like
Probably.
they're probably wearing
The
gloves
likelihood.
or whatever.
They're probably not.
Whatever they're doing.
They're probably
You guys
not.
wear gloves or whatever? All right, cool. Send it. But I mean, this is out there now. So, and I'm guessing they're planning to expand, of course.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting video. If you're listening to the podcast, like check out the video just of it rolling down the street. I mean, this is genuine autonomy. The only way it's monitored, there's nobody in it. There's somebody monitoring it from somewhere else.
Some control room. Basement somewhere.
Exactly.
I'm
Yes.
happy
A
that they
teenager
made
with
it.
a joystick.
Oh.
Somebody's operating a military drone and dropping
Right.
bombs with the left hand and like making sure your groceries show up on time.
Right.
With the other
And they're
Yeah.
eating chips in between.
in Scottsdale.
I will say
drinking
this.
Mountain
I'm
Dew.
glad they made it taller than some of the other ones that we've seen. The sidewalk.
Oh, those
only.
Yeah.
those little mini guys were
Yeah.
destined to be
Mhm.
moving
Because-
across the road.
Yeah, if I'm in a car, I can at least see
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. It's like a motorcycle size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Much
that they
taller.
did that.
So there's that, and as we go through the topics, like this is one that's out there right now. And bringing up Arizona, just in general, they also have autonomous taxis you can take. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like an Uber, but it's completely autonomous. There is a person in it right now for safety reasons, but they're planning on getting rid of that as soon as they possibly can.
Waymo?
It's Waymo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waymo 1, which launched, I believe, end of November, maybe beginning of this month even.
Yeah,
I mean,
just recently.
Maybe it's just
Couple
beginning
hundred
of this
people,
month.
right?
Yeah.
In the pilot program.
Yeah, there's not everybody that can call it up, but if you're in the right area and yeah, you were accepted, you can use this. So Waymo 1 has that. And I think there's a lot of companies that want to do this. Uber is finally back to testing. Lyft is working on it. You know, there's a bunch of companies that have been working on this. But the fact that it's actually out there already feels like it came way quicker than I thought it was going
It
to.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you there.
You know?
It seemed like we would always talk about it and be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
still in testing. Oh, it'll get rolled out next year. And then now it's here.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think we're going to see that much of the demos of autonomous vehicles at CES this year because everybody knows it's a thing. Like
Yeah.
the newness of that is worn off. I think we'll hear more about the tech going into the autonomous cars.
Right.
But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what the car exhibit at CES looks like this year because last year it was everybody kind of showing their proof of concept for autonomous vehicles. Look, it really can do this thing.
Yeah.
Now we know it can do it. So I think it'll be a little bit different at CES.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I think in terms of all future tech, it's always exciting to see it actually happening because
Instead of just
you get. Yeah, I feel like I've been listening to people talk about autonomous vehicles for like 5 years, and it's like, yeah, I get it as a concept, it's totally happening, but then just like essentially seeing a bunch of companies show you like their mock-up of what it will actually be, it gets pretty old. So it's
Yeah.
cool to see it
Yeah.
like, oh, this is actually what it is. You know.
We're a little
you know.
jaded because we're reporting on this stuff.
Yeah,
Constantly.
yeah.
We see
But,
a lot of
but I agree with.
But there's a
Parker.
lot of in the tech world. There's a lot of like sensationalized like
Yeah.
future tech stories where you get, and I think actually we're gonna get to one pretty
are.
soon that I think is like a pretty sensationalized future tech story where people really just, let's be honest, they just want the press. They don't actually have anything concrete to show you.
Well, filtering through that is definitely a challenge because, yeah, you're right. I mean, people just like
Vaporware.
now everything
Yeah.
everything has 5G and AI in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
where
now-
like I mean, this was a real video of people really getting groceries from an autonomous vehicle. Like that's crazy. Or like there's 200 people in Arizona somewhere that can like call up a car with no driver,
Right.
and
It's
go to their friend's house and like get wasted and have it drive them home later.
Do you
Like,
think
that's
like
amazing.
the safety driver is in there? Do they have to be quiet and pretend like they're in a robot?
Yeah, or
'Cause that's
they
what
are
I
in,
kind of
like,
want.
A small
That's
little
the most
box.
thing.
Yeah,
like,
they get a
like
divider.
The like
Like, they'll talk.
thing that you have in.
Maybe just let's pretend it's just the autonomous car and me, not you in here. That I sound jaded. I've had some bad Lyft rides, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, seriously.
So now that they're actually on the road, I think that we're going to start seeing some nefarious activity taking place in
Oh yeah.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, the sea level
Whatever
club.
are you
I
implying?
guess
Sea
is that what
level-
you call it?
yeah.
Like what do you?
Club?
The like whatever
Autonomous car
30 miles an hour
copulation.
Autonomous club. Oh yeah, somebody will come up with a better
There's gonna
name.
be so many cameras.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And I
That
just
may
can't
just
wait
encourage it.
to
It's
get in the
gonna-
car and somebody on the little microphone goes, "Can you please stop that, please?"
The Nest thing. Did you hear about this? Sidebar. Did you hear about the dude who was going to take his dog outside on a walk and heard a voice in his home and like got
Oh,
freaked
yeah.
out, Turns out a white hat hacker from Canada had hacked this guy's Nest Cam and was just talking to this dude and saying, hey, listen, I wanted to let you know your camera is totally hackable, and I just did it. And it was freaky to hear the voice. I mean, there's audio record. The guy recorded it with his phone. There's audio recordings of this happening. It's freaky. I mean, it used to be that like the two-way communication, audio, Wi-Fi connected camera was like this futuristic thing. We've had them for a while now, but it's starting to get creepy.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's so many opportunities for somebody to do that. You know, to hack into. Something. The more, I mean, we weren't even going to talk about smart homes on this, but you know, with the smart home connectivity, with all of that, with everything being being connected to either Amazon or Google or in some way. I mean, there's just so many opportunities to get into that.
It makes you wonder with these cars, like what's going to happen when someone figures out how to break into one of these cars
and
absolutely
wherever they want it to go.
Yeah.
Tesla even has that option right now, and that's another thing. Tesla, you can I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but you can basically remote control drive your Tesla.
Yeah, to get it from your white spot to wherever you're at.
Yeah. There's still that video.
It's just the back door of that.
It's a good time to be a white hat hacker.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much stuff to hack right now.
There's a bunch of money in that, too.
Oh, yeah. I would be definitely trying to get on with different companies and show them how to close those security loopholes.
And please do so if you do that.
Yeah,
because I would like to feel a little bit safer.
Use your powers for good. All right, well, speaking of feelings and CES, let's combine all this into one topic. So Kia.
And made-up tech.
Yep, and made-up tech. Parker has opinions on this one. So one of the things at CES, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, you can check out all the articles, Digital Trends. We'll be keeping you up to date on everything.
So up to date.
So much stuff. It's hard for
all
us
to
things.
You're so apprised right now.
You're so apprised, bro.
Bro, do you even apprise?
Right now.
Tech appraisal.
All right, this is getting off the rails.
Every day, multiple times a day.
Appraisal.
Full appraisal. All right, Kia. One of the things at CES is companies like to show off, like their future demos, like Parker was talking about, where this is where we see things going. Kia is one of the companies, and they're going to show off one of their pods that would be part of an autonomous vehicle, where it's completely, you sit in like just a little room, and this thing drives you around. And one of the things they're working on, they've been working with MIT's Media Lab's
skate ramp in there?
Effective Computing Group.
That's a half pipe.
Yes.
Sorry, Greg.
Skating, bro. So they've developed a system called READ, which is short for Real-Time Emotion Adaptive Driving. And Kia's saying it's the world's first. I'm taking a look at our article here at Digital Trends. They claim it can analyze a person's emotional state through biosignal recognition technology and artificial intelligence, and then they would change things to help lift the mood if you're getting mad.
So if you just robbed a bank and your heart rate is elevated, and
yeah,
you're
like
perspiring,
this is
You seem stressed out.
I just feel like here's the thing about this. Nobody knows how they're feeling when they're in a car.
Oh, I'm
You're just
not happy.
sitting there, blank expression on your face. Like, what's it? It's gonna read your heart rate.
You have clearly never ridden in a vehicle with me during rush hour.
Exactly. I was
because there are feelings happening at that.
Yeah, but
moment.
what's it gonna do? Put on some
well, if
some
it's
weird music and
driving me-
make the light green in your car. It's just
I
gonna
might
make me
need
angrier.
this, though.
It
This might
will.
be something that would help me out.
What?
Honestly.
No,
I could
what's
see
it? I mean,
a lot of trouble coming from.
it's gonna start playing some Kenny G and
that would also make me very
nefarious.
angry.
yeah, that's the thing.
Activity.
What you want to make it worse? Play some Kenny G.
I just
or
feel like-
Rick
Sorry.
Vaughn.
Psychology is like a very deep field that people study for a long time and still can't seem to quite get right. So
Yeah.
I just feel like
So you don't trust the AI to monitor your emotions?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't trust pretty much anyone from MIT to get emotions right.
So yeah, fair. That is totally fair.
Yeah, right.
So is it really just like the guesswork that you object to, the guessing at and then trying to adapt?
I just
or-
think the whole concept's dumb, and I don't think it will work.
I like the idea of having a chill scene to ride around in. Like if I'm gonna hop
It's
into
like
an
the
autonomous
car
car,
equivalent of like chill hip hop beats
I mean,
to relax to.
Just
Yeah.
like I want entertainment options and
Yeah.
beverages and I like that idea. I don't think that's what Kia's going for with this little.
Yeah, they're trying to
No, this would
specifically
be more
read.
like it's a paneled, like some kind of display, and the display and the music would change for you.
So here's my idea, Nibbler. Here's what we do when we're down at CES. we're going to walk over to that Kia booth together, and I am going to pester you and insult you and just make you feel really bad about yourself and maybe want to hit me a little bit.
Do it on
and
the
then we'll
lock you in the car.
Then we're going to climb into that thing
Okay.
and see if it can like solve our problem.
He's gonna be happy just to get away from you.
Yeah, well, so
After 2 days of live broadcast, have me read the comments, and then I'll go in there. Just pick out like 4 or 5. Like,
can I
who's
read
this
them to
idiot?
you?
Yes.
So I can do it like with a really antagonizing voice.
Yes.
And kind of mimic them.
Right.
Chad McChad and that whole crew.
Yeah, the Chad
Coming through
McChads
with
of the
their
world.
snarky
Sorry, Chad
snarks.
McChad. Yeah.
There's a Chad McChad listening. You've been getting a lot of shade.
You know, listen. No, I mean I love Chad McChad. That's a badass name. And
Chad
I
McChad
love that
has
he's
never. No
engaging
one
with
has
us.
ever gotten more publicity on our shows than Chad McChad.
Well,
Chad.
that's
All you have to do is have a name and then the same name
then
as
a
your
name
last
and a
name with an
name.
MC in
with a
front of
Mick.
it. and
Yeah,
maybe-
Greg McGreg.
Greg
Parker
McGregor.
McParker actually sounds pretty cool.
That is pretty good.
Kinda
Yeah.
nice.
That's your new DJ name.
Or a quarterback name. It could work for that too. All right.
yeah.
Anyway, getting off topic here. Back to this CES. We're gonna go to this thing. You're gonna pester me, and we'll see.
And
if
we'll
it
let
calms me
Parker
down.
know that it was dumb as he.
It's gonna be dumb. Like,
Just gonna be
sorry,
angry.
it's just like Kia got a free article out of us for this. That's how I feel. About it.
Wow.
That's really
Dang.
how I feel about it.
Okay.
It's made up tech. It doesn't exist.
Well, I think then
it's in
you
some
should go to
made up
this.
future car that
You should
like
go to
looks like a
this.
half pipe.
You should.
That like I don't see the thing about like
Take
the
your tech
autonomous
tattoos
car.
in
What
there.
I really want, like what would really relax me, is if that weird autonomous car had these doors that open and there was just like a memory foam mattress in there. I could just like
That's
lay
me.
down.
Unless you're like the one
That's-
that gets into it after like the 100th
Yeah, I'm not
ride.
getting
Well,
enough.
no, it'd have to be my own car.
Your
Like,
own
I'm not,
personal
yeah,
memory
I'm not gonna
foam
have it be
mattress.
like, yeah, that's really gross. I actually was thinking about that with the autonomous car thing before. So like, if you're like, what happens if that car shows up for you and like the last person in it like puked in there? Like with a lift, the
Yeah.
driver has
to
to
deal
go
with it.
deal with it.
Yeah.
But like, what if that doesn't get reported until you're like standing there? And,
So what you're saying is that a puke and fart sensor is more meaningful than a biometric sensor.
oh yeah, for sure. If this article was instead like, we'll be able to tell when something bad happens in an autonomous car, and we will like be able to deal with it before
more
it shows
it's
up.
the
That's like a way
practicality
more
there.
useful feature
You
than
don't want
like
to sit in that seat.
we're gonna judge your mood, change the lighting, and put on Barry Manilow.
I will
Or
say
Barry
this.
White.
I
Or
can
Barry
imagine
White.
somebody just like after a breakup, they sit there, they just like, and then all of a sudden like bright, happy music comes
Yeah,
on
dude.
and like the little streamers and lights.
That's
and
very K-pop. You
I
know
would
what
be very
mean?
upset.
It's very.
Yeah, it would only make things worse.
I would be really upset.
like
I'm not surprised this is coming from Kia because it feels very K-pop.
it is. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
the Kia hamsters and the.
Well, we have to go there now. We'll go live
Gerbils.
from the Kia emotional car.
I'm not down with
They're
my.
rodents.
Yeah, they're rodentia.
Some kind of rodent.
Kia rodentia. That's the name of this car. It's the Kia rodentia.
There it is. We've settled it. Next topic, Kia rodentia. All right. Well, with the emotional side, actually, this does kind of segue a little bit into this. This is an actual product that is, of course, coming from Tokyo, coming from Japan. It's a robot called the LOVOT.
It's adorable.
It is adorable.
Which is a combination of robot and love intentionally. And it's a company called GrooveX. And they said that what they wanted to create was a companion robot. It's a very kind of Teletubby looking kind of thing.
I want this so badly.
You really? Okay,
Yes.
these are the
It's
questions
really
I have
cute.
here.
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
I don't really want one, but I understand the desire.
Well, here's the
want
thing, though. I don't know why people would want this myself, and I want to explain why. So it's got numerous sensors on it, so that detect human touch. So you can pick it up, you can carry it around, and it
Oh,
will stare at you with its little
so
eyes, and it's
adorable.
on wheels, so it'll follow you everywhere with
We're
its
just seeing the video now.
weird flipper arms. That'll.
Oh, he has
at
two,
that.
and they're watching a movie.
They're watching
together.
TV.
Here's the thing, though. GrooveX says this.
it looks like a little
Part of their
penguin.
point of this, they said,
head.
it
It's
is
camera.
not a useful robot that will do tasks for human beings. Instead, it begs for attention and gets in the way of those it lives with. That's the company's
That
description.
is some serious honesty right there.
This will make me
Yeah, I
happier
like
than
that,
the
though. I
car.
appreciate that honesty.
You know, that's more of a robot pet than we've seen so far.
Why
I
do
think
Yeah,
that
it's
beats
better
the-
than the dog.
That beats
It's
the Sony
soft.
Aibo.
Yeah, it's soft.
Why do I want an annoying, whining robot?
Look at
that's
it.
staring
Look,
me with creepy
it.
eyes?
It's got whittle flippers.
And it can interact with you.
Is that an
No.
8-inch subwoofer in its butt?
I don't know. It
Its
might
butt
have.
is an 8-inch subwoofer.
I really want it to
That's
be
how
able to
you-
I
play
am
music. That would make
honestly
me so
shocked.
That would be
happy.
awesome.
Yeah.
I did not
Much
expect everyone to
happier
watch
than the Kia.
Yeah, it's way cooler than the Kia. First of all, it's real.
If you could put the emotional sensors
Second
in
of
that,
all,
put the emotional
Second of all,
sensors
it's
in
We're
yeah.
that.
very
not
stuck
gonna
on
be
this whole
happy with this.
reality.
it's got
I know.
like puppy dog eyes and whittle flippers.
Oh my
So-
god.
So put
Greg's gonna puke in his lift on the way.
Yeah,
home today.
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
put the emotional sensors inside that, and when it can tell that you're sad, it comes up
See,
and it's super
that's
cute, and
so
it's, like,
much better.
doing its little thing.
That is not what I want.
And
for
maybe
my
there's like a
robots.
beer in there that it can.
It just opens up.
It's
and
just-
it's
It gives you a hug and like pours you a pint of beer.
No, but it said it's not. It doesn't perform useful tasks.
It's just
But I mean, it,
That
it's-
depends
it-
on your.
It performs emotionally
yeah.
useful tasks.
What do you define as a useful
Yeah.
task?
It says, yeah, you'll feel. They want you to feel a sense of relief and contentment.
Yeah.
And a warm feeling inside when you hold it.
It beats the IBO because it's
Probably
actually
has, like,
soft.
heaters
And that's
inside.
one thing I never understood about the IBO. Like, why is it all plasticky? Doggos are the best
Yeah.
part is that they're soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I am shocked
I
and
can,
appalled
I
that
can
everyone
see
in here
kids getting
is all.
way into this.
Oh,
If
yeah.
my daughter sees this, she's gonna want one.
They're
Guaranteed.
so cute, though.
I mean, from Tickle Me Elmo to this, that's
It's way cooler than Tickle Me
come
Elmo.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess I'm
Way
heartless.
cooler.
So,
than-
yeah,
almost, almost as cool as Teddy Ruxpin.
well, nothing's as cool as Teddy
That-
Ruxpin.
Come on, man. That's cassette tape goes in its back and creepy animatronics. It's like Chuck E. Cheese in your house.
I'll stick with the Billy Bass. That's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
The LOVOT, you could read about that at Digital Trends. Well, let's go to the complete opposite end of loving robots to Boston Dynamics. With the Spot Mini, this is also something that you will be able to purchase in 2019.
Okay, another real thing.
These are going on sale. It's and you've probably seen the video. It's the Spot Mini, like dog-looking robot with the weird arm that pops up off.
This
of
is
it.
pretty cute too, though.
But it can open doors.
It's just
I don't.
know.
Yeah, that one creeps me out. I don't like that.
So they're putting it to market. What's it supposed to do for you
Yeah.
besides opening doors?
Well, and that's part of the thing. So they're going to put it out there just to like help lift things. I'm taking a look, trying to find exactly what they're saying it's going to do. I don't know if they really went into that too much. There's going to be 100 Spot Minis. They've contracted manufacturers to build 100 Spot Minis in 2018, and then it's going to come out later. So it'll weigh in at 66 pounds, can go around for 90 minutes. They're thinking for, let's see, space more accessible for business options. So basically to carry things around.
You
I think
know
is what
you
they're looking
pair
at.
this
Ferry things
with
back and forth
The
in like
autonomous
an office.
grocery.
Mm-hmm.
It goes
Oh,
inside
yeah.
the store. It picks up your groceries, brings them back to the car,
Yeah.
and then it opens the door for you when you go to get your
Here's
bags.
can I ride it?
Yeah.
Like, is there? Do you think that it
I
can
like where
support
you're
like a
going.
saddle?
Isn't it just like a really
Because like if
bouncy-
I
like
could
where
put
you're
a
going.
saddle on this thing, I would be really
just get
into
some,
it. I'm
a
not gonna
saddle,
lie.
some googly eyes,
And like make it
call
carry my
good.
drum
No
bags.
more pony rides
Look
at
at
rich
it.
kids' birthdays.
Ugh.
You just hop on this sucker,
Dude,
and it takes you around the.
this thing actually is kind of cute.
It is cute.
It's not cute. Oh, this is the video where there's a video too where it teams
Well,
up.
now
One
there's
without
two
the
of
arm
them.
teams
The
up with
arm
the more
part is
advanced,
that's
That's
creepy. I
that's
don't like
SWAT
that
team.
part. Yeah,
that is SWAT
I don't
team
like
business
that
right
part.
there.
where it opens the door for its creepy little buddy, and then
Oh, I don't like that one bit.
No.
If I imagine seeing
And
that like
again-
coming to attack you.
Yeah, it's like a raptor.
I've said it
Can
before. I
open the
probably
doors.
watched too much Black Mirror, so that's
Secure and
probably-
detain.
But it looks,
Yeah.
I
Secure
gotta
and
say, you know what's
detain.
crazy about this video is it looks like something from like that Will Smith movie from the early 2000s, like the iRobot or whatever. It
Oh,
was.
iRobot. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it really does look almost animated. It's
Yeah.
insane that that's a real thing you could buy.
You know what? I want this just to go around my house and put the toilet seats down.
Oh my god! Or turn off the lights.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's its only job.
Oh,
What can it put away dishes?
It could probably grab all the laundry out of the dryer
Oh.
and then hand it off to the clothes folding robot.
there you
Dude,
go.
the future is awesome.
You know what? My daughter is gonna really enjoy her life on a level I will never get to enjoy. I'll be dead before this stuff. I think I'm dying.
This is coming out next year.
You eat a lot of cup of noodles, though. I mean,
I eat a lot of
be
cup of
honest,
noodles.
I'm worried
and
about your
you-
cholesterol. I
You
was
don't
saying
know
this
how
earlier.
hard I go at CES.
It's all that whiskey miss.
It's the downside of the whiskey.
Well, get Caleb a Spot Mini now, then, while he can still enjoy it. So
Please.
that's gonna be.
Oh, man.
Just got really
Got
dark.
real dark real quick. I was going to do the genetically modifying humans story next, but now I'm wondering if we even want to skip that one. No.
I
let's
just love how
do
you
it.
said gene editing humans, and
Gene editing.
at first Marie thought you meant her boss.
Yeah,
editing
other Gene. And I was like, Gene's editing
actual
what?
Gene.
Gene comes around,
He just like cuts your ear off.
plugs his USB
I can fix
into
this.
your neck and be like, well, I'm going to recode this.
Gene is head of RIT here. Yeah, I could see him like being, well, you're not operating efficiently enough. We're gonna put.
This
And then
guy-
that little robot, the robot dog comes
Craig,
along
set
and
up the
scoops
appointment for
you.
your implant. All right. Well, no, not Gene himself. This is something.
Well, we don't know. The
This is
doctor
going
could be
all
named
over the
Gene.
board here. All right,
I
I'll
hope.
briefly say this, and then I want to play the plant video, and then we're gonna have to wrap up because we're running out of our time because we've had too much fun. So here it is. This happened earlier this year, claimed by a Chinese scientist that he successfully used a CRISPR gene editing technique to edit 2 twin girls in the womb, and then basically created gene edited humans.
Yes, the twin girls were born.
gene-edited
Their
What did
genes
he
have-
edit?
He
Go ahead. I was going to say he changed it so that they would be more resistant to HIV and another disease.
smallpox and cholera.
Yeah.
So out of the womb,
Made
they were
them
all
really
resistant.
like broccoli.
That's smart.
That's
That's what
There
you
it
want to
is.
do.
Yeah.
no,
that's cool. I'm into
It's
it.
not cool. Here's
Oh,
the thing.
sorry, not into it.
Sorry, Parker. I hate to rain on your parade. The reason it's not
You guys were
cool
getting
is
along,
because he went rogue. He went outside of the science community.
Oh.
Yep.
This was not approved by his peers. It wasn't peer reviewed, and he basically skipped past some pretty serious regulations. Plus, it opens up a huge conversation about custom designed humans. You know what I
does.
mean? And
It really does.
you don't want to. It needs to be vetted. It needs to be peer reviewed. What do we not know? I mean, about the results of this. There's so much that could happen. So it was a bad move. I'm
Like
not
some
here to argue whether it's-
X-Men stuff.
Yeah, I'm not here to argue whether it's morally approved or not. I'm here to say that the guy went outside of his rights as a scientist and really pissed off a huge scientific.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, he created 2 humans.
and why? Just
now
because
have
he wanted
whole
to do it
lives.
first. Yeah.
because
That's
they do it.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
mean,
Aren't
it
you
was-
supposed to do this on like mice?
Well, they've been working on sheep.
Oh, sheeple.
Yeah. Sheeple.
sheeple coming in
like-
2019.
They're like people, and they make delicious, soft
But
garments.
the Pandora's box has been opened. So my question is, 2019, how far is this
Delicious
tech going to go?
Yeah, true. I mean, that's not ideal. But can they make them fly?
You can read about the sheeple
Important question.
at digitaltrends.com. I'm not even going to comment on this one. The last story that we're going to get to, because I know we're running out of time, is Frankenstein plants. So this is actually creating cyborg plants.
Is it real?
It is real.
It is real.
There
There's
is
a
a
video.
demonstration of it. It's an
Yeah.
MIT scientist. Everything good and bad comes from MIT. So they created this thing. Basically, what he did is when plants sense sunlight, they send electric signals through their leaves down to the roots. So what he did was he set up electrodes basically on those roots, so he could tell what side the plant was getting light on, what it wasn't, because the plant reacted to it. Then he put wheels on the pot so that this plant can move itself over to where the sunlight is. And the demonstration they showed, which you'll see in this video if you're watching live or if you're listening to the podcast, just go to digitaltrends.com. It's right up there. They turn on a sun lamp, and the plant would know where that was and wheel itself over to the light, back and forth.
Hey, look at this. Here it goes.
Here, what you do is you put some pot in that pot, and you have yourself a self-sustaining cannabis industry.
Yeah.
See, the thing that I'm into this,
Put your
well,
weed in
there's
there.
2 things I'm into this for. One is that he chose Pixar lamps for the demonstration, which I really appreciate.
Sure.
And the second is that the implications of this are actually like pretty interesting. Like
It is.
being able to like sense what plants actually desire, for lack of a better phrase,
Yeah.
and manipulate their environment to give them that. It is a really, really interesting technology, even if it's just being used on essentially like a roller to go towards
It
plants
is.
right now.
I've killed so many plants because I'm like, what do you want? What can I give you? And then they just die. on
Yeah.
me. And I feel also like every week I have a couple plants that have to like constantly rotate so they
Yeah.
do evenly.
And imagine if like you got a notification on your phone that was like, I'm thirsty.
Your Schiffalera texts you.
That,
Like,
I
I'm
want
dying.
that. I actually want that so
Yeah,
badly.
And this is like, I mean, he's actually connected it to the plant. The plant, in that case, the plant was literally like, I want that sunlight, and went and got it.
This is
Give me some of that.
Incredible.
Feed me Seymour. This
So
is Little
cool.
Shop of Horrors.
No.
Put a Venus flytrap in there.
But I just
and
feel
let
like
it roll around.
But the thing is, plants are nice.
Wake up, it's just staring at you.
I just feel like plants, if they could speak, would be, the equivalent of that really puffy robot. And they're like very friendly. They just
I'm
wanna
dying.
They just want to take your CO2 and make it into oxygen
They're
again.
really needy.
They are very needy.
Breathe this. They're needy.
They're needy. Now they can just express it.
I don't need to hear them. Never mind. I thought this was a good idea.
just wanna
This is
kill
a
it.
terrible idea.
It's like, just
I
die.
don't want to hear what you have to say, plant. All right. I don't know how we ended up here, but this is where we ended up.
These are the important questions.
They are.
It is.
This is what you
It
should
is
be
kind of
talking about.
existential, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Should we listen to them?
The
A
answer is
million
no.
screaming voices in our house.
No. All right.
Mom, the Schiffelera is dying again.
Just imagine at the end of every season your garden being like, I'm dying. And you being like, I'm sorry, tomatoes. This is
Exactly.
Oregon.
Tomatoes, pole beans. There's nothing we can do.
Go to
getting
digitaltrends.com
cold.
and check out articles on everything that we've talked about today. Hit subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts. It is up there for you to listen to. What do we have? Well, no, we have one more before the end of this year, but this is the last one that Marie is on. Marie, Dr. Dongle, thank you.
Yes.
for hopping.
Christened at the final hour.
It makes it official, even though you're leaving
There it
us.
is.
Thank you.
We're going to make a jersey and put Dr. Dongle on the back of it
Yes.
and then
Ew.
hang it from the ceiling. To
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
retired.
retired along
We
back.
should retire jerseys here. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Good. That'd
That's
be
a good idea.
Yeah, we got a few we could retire back there. All right. Well, Marie, thank you for being
Thanks
on
for
the
having
show.
We'll miss you.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is Trends with Benefits live every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, bringing you the news that you need to know and comments. And I don't know. I don't even know where we go from here. But anyway, nonetheless, check out the article on sheeple and the dying plants at digitaltrends.com. We'll be back next week with another episode.